Before we get to the big news, let's break down tariffs, a key concept in today's story. Tariffs are taxes on goods brought into the country from abroad. For example, if a ship arrives from China with smartphones, the US government can add a tariff, making those phones more expensive here. This tax is collected by the government and has been used for centuries to manage trade and protect local industries. Why use tariffs? Mainly to protect American businesses and jobs. If foreign products are cheaper, tariffs help level the playing field for US companies. They also respond to unfair trade practices, like when other countries subsidize their industries or dump products at low prices. In those cases, tariffs act as a countermeasure. Tariffs can also be used as leverage in international politics, pressuring countries to change policies. So, tariffs aren't just about economics, they're a tool of foreign policy too. In short, tariffs influence what we buy, how much we pay, and even global relations. That's why today's announcement is so significant. Understanding tariffs helps us see why this policy shift matters. Now let's look at what's changing. Today, Washington announced a sweeping new plan, America First Tariff Reform 2.0. This isn't a minor tweak, it's a major overhaul to encourage companies to manufacture in the US. The plan introduces a two-tier system, a universal baseline tariff on nearly all imports, and higher targeted tariffs for industries and countries seen as threats to US economic security. The goal? Make American-made goods more competitive and reclaim leadership in key sectors. The policy will roll out over 18 months, giving businesses time to adjust. Revenue from tariffs will fund tax credits, grants, and worker retraining through the new American Innovation and Reshoring Fund. The message? This is about rebuilding America's industrial base. Not all countries are hit equally by the new tariffs. China is the main target, with steep tariffs on electronics, machinery, textiles, and more aimed at reducing US dependence and countering unfair practices. Southeast Asian nations like Vietnam and Malaysia also face higher tariffs, especially in electronics and apparel, to prevent companies from simply shifting production there. The European Union isn't exempt. Tariffs are coming for cars and agricultural goods, reigniting old trade disputes. Key US industries, steel, aluminum, autos, and advanced technology, are the focus. Tariffs on imported steel and auto parts aim to boost domestic supply chains and jobs. The most critical heavy tariffs on semiconductors, telecom equipment, and renewable energy components from Asia, citing national security. The administration argues that controlling these technologies at home is vital for America's future. The goals spur investment in US manufacturing and reduce reliance on foreign suppliers. This is about economic strength and security. The administration's main argument: tariffs protect American jobs. By making imports pricier, US-made goods become more attractive, encouraging companies to hire and invest at home. Supporters say this levels the playing field against countries that subsidize their industries or manipulate currency. It's not about ending trade, but demanding fairer terms. National security is another pillar. COVID-19 exposed America's reliance on foreign suppliers for essentials. Tariffs on tech and medical goods aim to reshore critical industries and reduce vulnerabilities. Protecting American innovation is key. Higher tariffs on tech goods target countries accused of intellectual property theft. The message: the US won't tolerate losing its edge to unfair competition. The policy is designed to keep jobs, ideas, and security at home. It's a new era for American industry. The new tariffs create winners and losers based on where companies make their products. US-based manufacturers gain a big advantage. Foreign competitors face tariffs, making American goods more appealing and boosting local jobs. Increased demand could mean more hiring, expansion, and government incentives for domestic companies. On the flip side, companies that moved production overseas now face tough choices: absorb higher costs, raise prices, or lose market share. Moving factories to untargeted countries is costly and still subject to baseline tariffs. The most attractive option? Reshoring, bringing manufacturing back to the US to avoid tariffs and qualify for incentives. This policy forces companies to rethink their global strategies. The aim: more jobs, investment, and innovation at home. The stakes are high for businesses on both sides. The landscape is shifting fast. The new tariff policy has sparked fierce debate. Supporters, manufacturers, unions, and some economists see it as a win for American workers and a path to a manufacturing revival. They argue it will reduce the trade deficit, boost self-sufficiency, and strengthen national security. Critics, especially in retail and tech, warn tariffs will raise prices for consumers and hurt families, especially those with lower incomes. There's also fear of a global trade war. Other countries could retaliate, hurting U.S. exporters like farmers and aerospace companies. Some experts say negotiation, not tariffs, is the better path to fair trade. The policy's impact will depend on how businesses and trading partners respond, the stakes, jobs, prices, and America's place in the global economy. The debate is just beginning. The outcome is far from certain. America First Tariff Reform 2.0 marks a major shift in U.S. economic policy. The goal: make American products more competitive, bring back jobs, and reduce reliance on foreign suppliers. For businesses, it's a crossroads. Domestic producers may thrive, while importers face tough choices. Consumers could see higher prices, while workers may benefit from new opportunities. The policy's success depends on whether job gains outweigh higher costs and possible trade retaliation. Globally, the U.S. is signaling it will use its market power to reshape trade. Other nations will react. Negotiations, challenges, and possible retaliatory tariffs are likely. The world economy could become more fragmented and contentious. The long-term outcome? Either a manufacturing revival or higher inflation and trade wars. The next months will reveal if this bold gamble pays off for America and the world.